Luchador.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live on Myth Brigade. Some of us remembered our costumes. Some of us only remembered from the neck up, but whatever. Byron, this is your shit show, man. Let's do this.
You're not wrong there. But anyway, all right, guys, welcome to another episode of Blood Rising as we get into the final stretches of the Dracula Dossier campaign. Welcome. We're, I would say, fresh off the heels, but it's not quite fresh. But we still probably remember most of what happened at Chaosium Con. It was a little fun time. Had some a good time playing some Cthulhu, and yeah, it was. Some of us drank too much. Some of us drank just enough.
Oh, Rick Jamerson.
It was kind of depending on the day. Yep.
Our new buddy Rick Jamerson. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
He's a hell of a drinker.
Yep. Yep. And so the tip of the day from Chaosium Con is don't order $150 worth of pizza in the last 7 minutes of the place is open.
And then try to feed it to John Wick.
Fine.
It did work out just fine. And you might actually get enough pizza to supply like the entire like hotel.
Hey, we fed John Wick, so.
We did feed John Wick. Only because he was bullied into it.
Against his will.
Against his will, yes. We forced John Wick to eat our pizza. Well, actually, his compatriots. Yeah.
They pizza shamed.
They pizza shamed the shite out of him.
I believe it was Nick Brook. Nick Brook pizza shamed him, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, we had a great time. We hope to see all you guys there next year. And if you're not there, well, then we'll just have some more Rick Jamerson for you. Yeah.
When do tickets go on sale?
We'll have a fun time. I don't know. You'd have to ask Bridget. She's the all-knower person. I don't even think they have dates yet. I think they're close, but I don't know. But anyhow, enough of that fake realm, and back to this one. So you know, how's everybody feeling? How's everybody feeling about going to a night with the Countess at this nice little charity ball at I don't know how to say it, but I'm gonna say Shitty Castle. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that. It's
Did you say shitty castle?
I mean, it's like Shitty Castle. Yeah,
Shitty Castle.
Yeah, in Polish, it's probably like some Grand Castle or something like that. But anybody who can pronounce CSEJTHE, feel free to do so.
Wow.
Yeah, put that in the post below, and I'll send you an autographed picture of some of my notes that I used in this session, like this one. It's just nothing. Oh, can't see it. Anyway, but yeah, so let's do a quick thing around the horn real fast here. So I want you to kind of tell me how's your character feeling about coming to this castle. Does it feel like maybe this is the last stand, or does this feel like, you know, where are we at? Does it feel like episode 2?
This was Elizabeth's ball, right? Her
this
masquerade?
was Elizabeth Bathory's former castle, and you were having a masquerade ball to herald the opening of her castle as a national monument. And also, you're able to go inside and stuff now because it's not all completely ruined anymore.
Wow.
Well, I think Johnny's just hoping to drink without being drunk.
Drink without being drunk. I always hope
That's
that.
right.
It just never works out for me.
We don't know what that's like.
What is that? What is that?
And of course, by drunk, of course, I mean by someone else.
Oh, you mean have a drink without being dranked? Dranked upon. Got it. I understand that.
My pun humor is too subtle. I'm sorry. I apologize. But yeah, I mean, it seems as if I remember we said that we could bring. Did we stash? I can't remember now. Did we stash guns inside, or how are we getting our weapons inside? Did we discuss that last time?
I suggested don't bring them.
Don't bring them. Did we make some sort of like?
I am actively not listening to that.
Did we make some sort of arrangements to cache weapons inside in advance? I can't remember. No.
Nope.
What about that preparedness cherry? What does that get us?
Well, that would get you one thing that you want whenever you might need it.
I don't have it, so I was just thinking.
That's what they get.
Terry could have a nuclear warhead in there.
It's a shame I don't have it.
In my bra, yeah.
That's right.
Is that a tactical nuke in your bra, or are you happy to see me?
Right.
Yeah.
It's 2 of them, actually.
2 of them, yeah. One. This brassiere lifts and separates.
Uniboob.
So, from my angle, I had that unique vision with my patron where we left off last time. And so Tesla has, for the first time in his life, is going to go with the flow. Try to relinquish some of the control around things and just accept that we're going into a situation where we just have to have, dare I say, faith. that it'll work out. Because I have a feeling that, well, Tesla fervently believes that his patron is going to make an appearance at this party.
Oh, I feel like a lot of people are going to make an appearance.
Right. And that if we go in there worried about guns and things like that, it's just going to blow up in our faces. So we should just go in and embrace the diplomatic end of things for this evening.
Right. So we are counting. Ha! See what I did there?
One
on your respective patrons, Tesla and what's his name, Evan, to put aside any differences they might have for the night because we anticipate a mutual foe.
Yeah, I mean they're old school. Like so, Lizzie, as I call her,
Wow.
because we're close friends now.
Right.
Much closer than Evan is with her.
Yeah.
She's old school, so like she believes in things like guest rights. Right?
Elsbeth and Lizzie are not the same creature, right? They're not.
Oh yeah, sorry, Elsbeth.
Yeah.
I was going with Elizabeth Bathory.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Sadly, that's not. I realized that I think like a week or so ago, reflecting on this, I'm like, oh shit,
So,
we're not going where I thought we were.
With that whole guest right thing, if we're under her house, we're under her protection as long as we do not break the rules. And so I am assuming that the rules are going to be typical medieval fare, like don't murder somebody under the roof, don't assault somebody under the roof. It's an assumption, but
since when do vampires have rules like don't murder someone?
You talking about the laws of hospitality from Pendragon? You might be like confusing games, but no, I get it. Yeah, I can understand.
But she's I can see it. History's nobility, so
okay. Understand.
We are taking a risk no matter which way we go with it, though.
Yeah, maybe. I was go ahead.
We're not coming in with any weapons. What am I doing here?
I think the word is bait. A bait. They bait. That's the thing. That's
Can Lily be the bait?
That's the word. Lily's actively not believing in the don't bring any weapons.
Lily is actively participating in the I'm finally just I don't care anymore. It's
Lily.
Enough.
You're doing a copy of like the last Chaosium Con, not the one we just got out of where the GM says, "Oh, you have to use your knife. You can't use your shoe."
You got the knife.
It's the reverse.
But Lily's knife is a shoe.
Lily's knife is a shoe. Yeah. That's
So what is the plan? Are we mic'd? Are we assuming we're gonna lose our comms again?
I don't see why we wouldn't be able to. We would still want to be able to contact each other. So I mean, mic'd up makes sense.
And cameras as well, very discreet ones, but cameras, so we can.
Mine's in my mask.
Forgive me if I don't recall. Are we going in disguise or are we going in as ourselves?
It's a masquerade.
A masquerade.
Right.
Johnny, hello.
I swear to God, I need to go get my top
Okay, yeah,
hat.
I didn't remember. So basically, we think that these supernatural vampires. I will at some point ask Eric and Tesla. When you smell someone as a vampire, can you tell who they are just by their smell? I mean, like, do you know? Is your vampire senses does that allow you to see through anything else and just identify people by olfactory?
In some cases, it's both work and not worked in
So
their
you're like
experience.
a good drug dog.
We can tell if they're natural humans, for sure, but there's only one who I could recognize if I close my eyes and breathe her in.
That's mostly. Never mind. I was gonna say some.
Evan, that's creepy as fuck.
I'll just leave
Please
that
don't
there.
do that.
Well, I'm sorry.
Did we actually get invitations, or did we have to forge these? I'm sorry, I don't recall.
No, we
Yeah,
got
you
it.
got
We were,
invitations.
yeah,
That's
we
how you
got
found out about
invitations.
it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
how we found out about it.
Okay.
That's how you found out. All right, so we're gonna assume that you guys are all going in, and no one's staying outside or anything like that, since that hasn't come up as a planning item. So do you guys arrive together or separately?
Presumably together. I apologize to everyone. I have to go look at something real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm not back in like 5 minutes. It's like an emergency thing.
Tesla sold us out. This clearly he disappears just before we enter the castle. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, sorry. Just give me a second. I need to check up on something.
We'll work into the story. So Tesla stayed behind to look at something while the rest of us go in.
Yeah, so Tesla's looking at something in the hallway. So you guys walking in.
So,
You guys all arrive together.
is it is land based? We don't need to go by boat, and basically we can just take a land vehicle to get there. Correct?
Yeah, I mean, however you go to get there, you could ride by helicopter if you want to. Could do like a little helicopter limo from the airport. Like,
I think it might
there's
be
a nice little helipad.
Me and
And,
Dr. Mitchell should accompany Evan.
Yes, one on each
One on
arm.
each arm.
One on each arm, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, and then Tesla and Johnny can like be a couple.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's progressive.
Yeah, so we roll in. We make an appearance.
Yeah. So
What songs playing as we walk up the carpet?
Well, I was going to
in the
describe
soundtrack?
outside. So it's like some really like classical music.
Ah,
Yeah, and so the place is decked out. I mean, there's lighting that shines up on like the sides of the castle. There are areas that are still ruined that like are under light and stuff like that. They're kind of showing them off. It's kind of like the entire outside is also like a museum at the same point. Excuse me.
bless you.
But yeah, there are armed guards like all over the place. You recognize them as Romanian National Police. And of course, because this is a national monument, this is high profile. So there are many people who were going to be here. You guys had looked up like the list of people. There are government officials. The vice chancellor of the Romanian government is going to be here. There's a lot of people that are here, a lot of high profile entrepreneurs and stuff from all over the world, not just from Romania.
Are they all masqueraded up? How are we telling them apart? Like, what's
Yeah,
the?
you don't know who they are. That's
Yeah.
the greatest part. Yeah, they're all masqueraded up.
Okay.
So it is basically a mingle type thing when you first arrive, and then dinner later, and then afterwards the ball. So as you guys arrive, there's, it's red carpet. I mean, there's paparazzi like taking photographs of people that are, entering. Mostly the high profile people. They're not really taking pictures of every single person that goes in. But like I said, armed guards wearing, black suits with black tie. They have like sharp red ties and black vests and so forth on. And you can see that they do have like communication things on their ears. So you would think that any kind of radio waves or anything like that should be good. I'm going to give you that just as a basic alertness thing.
To be able to intercept that, you mean?
To be able to see that they have it. Intercept it's a whole nother ballgame. But you could probably very easily have some sort of like radio device, I think. That's a simple spycraft spend. 1 point of spycraft.
Okay.
I would give you that without a roll.
Let's do it. That sounds good.
I
don't have a whole lot there, but
spycraft, let's see.
Yeah, just a simple.
Basically shifting frequencies but in sync with each other so that
trying
figures out
trying to intercept their signals.
Yeah, so it's probably going to be like where one person has to intercept it and can kind of monitor it. Evan's used to that kind of signals intelligence, so a simple roll on his point for data encryption, whatever.
Digital intrusion.
Tradecraft?
Yes, it is.
Tradecraft,
in fact, tradecraft. Yes, sir. Thank
digital
you.
intrusion. Is that what you're looking for, Byron?
Yeah. Let's use digital intrusion. That seems like a good one.
My phone is up.
Actually, you know what? It's not it. That's traffic analysis.
Really? Okay.
So traffic analysis, and traffic analysis is a technical.
Yep.
So it would just be a 1 point spend. That's actually not a roll characteristic either.
Okay, cool.
It's a Tesla cut.
Yeah, it's a Tesla.
I can contribute the point of tradecraft, no problem, but I do not have traffic analysis. I'm betting Tesla.
I'll handle the traffic analysis if you want to do the tradecraft bit.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we will say that basically Johnny manages to hack the channels together, and Evan, you're able to monitor it and monitor regular communications at the same time.
Well done, Johnny. Hey, if this spy thing doesn't work out for you, maybe you could go into cable repair.
Who says I haven't? Some days it just feels different.
He works for Spectrum now.
That's right.
All right. So you guys come in. Like I said, there's tons of people mingling all over. People wearing a variety of masks. You see several people wearing like Egyptian anthropomorphic masks, like dressed up like Thoth and other characters from. There's a cat dressed up like Bast and Thoth. And there's a crocodile style mask going around, and they're not necessarily next to each other, but you do see them milling about. So basically what we covered there, Brent, real quick, was that people you could see that they had signals. The Romanian National Police were wearing ear communication devices and stuff. So Johnny was able to hack in with a point of tradecraft, and Evan is monitoring their channels at the same time. And you can see that the chatter on it, Evan, is honestly kind of mundane. It's just like, we have so-and-so entering, they're talking about how certain high-profile people are in a certain part of the castle at the particular time. And you could tell, oh, okay. Good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, cool. All right. Yeah. So that's basically what you see. So as you're looking around, when you first walk in, there is a massive area with tables and stuff like that, and there are a couple of people that are kind of giving guidance to guiding people to a variety of displays that are on the lower level. You can see there's probably 20 dinner tables or so that are set up kind of in a room off to the right. You see kind of people going in and out like they're getting ready for some kind of food service, which you would assume is the dinner later, as you go to an event, and there's some stuff going on behind the scenes, I guess. But yeah, you could look around. Is there any particular part of the castle that you would like to look for? I assume you guys are always looking for people that you would possibly recognize.
It goes without saying that I take my dates to the bar where we find, an appropriate cocktail for each of us, and then start to
mocktail for me, thank you.
One of the first things I want to do, as I'm figuring we should stick together, so I'm going to stick with Evan and the ladies, is basically I want to use my sense to find out how many vampies are we talking about in here.
Just one big one.
Is it all every single person? I'm sure the wait staff may not be.
So one thing that you realize is there are several in the vicinity that you can tell. Probably like 4, you would say.
Less than I thought.
Yeah, and that's looking at probably maybe 100 people. You're saying maybe 4 of them could be. You also realize that the grounds are just too big to get a feel of the entire grounds at once.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Okay.
I'd be looking for
this time.
I'd be looking for a similar vibe, right? With the smell that I was using before at Amika's party or whatever her name was. Yeah, I'm trying to sort out bloodlines or similarities among them.
Okay. So one thing that you realize as, Tesla's kind of pointing them out via communications, I would assume, and the ones that you discover on your own, you guys pretty much discover there's like maybe one more that, Tesla didn't see, just because of like where he was in relation to where you are, type thing. And you could sort it out relatively easily. I'm going to assume that you guys are passing information along if it's pertinent to each other, even if you don't say it. Unless it's something like, I'll ask.
Signals and codes. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So, but yeah, you could tell. You sense 2 distinct bloodlines out of the 5 that you have seen. None of which you think are Dracul.
Oh, some of my own kind, eh? Oh, that's about it.
So you actually smell 2 vampires that you smelt before when you guys were at Anika's, Evan. They weren't people that you interacted with, but if you remember when you walked down that like kind of area and you were drawing in their smell, you had smelled them, and one is wearing like this vibrant like peacock kind of costume with a variety of colored feathers and stuff, and one of the other ones also is very brightly colored. It's a woman, and she's wearing like a almost looks like a coatl. Like her dress is like snake scales, and she has like a pair of like feathered wings that look very Aztec-y style of rainbow colored wings.
I suddenly feel very underdressed.
Yeah, I tip my top hat to the NBC logo lady as we walk past. Good evening, my lady.
Good evening. She kind of slides in and kind of pushes her way past Terry a little bit, and she says,
I turn with her, and to almost like a dance move. But then I reach around and grab Terry's hand with my other hand and just keep spinning and walk away from her.
Oh, okay.
And I look over my shoulder and smile and wink. Not to be a jerk, but just like, not that easy. Sorry.
All right, yeah. She
He's playing hard to get.
Yeah, she just kind of smiles a little bit and like asks for some wine from the bar. What is Tesla and Johnny getting into?
Well, you notice whenever I see Tesla begin his concentration, Johnny just very subtly takes about 5 foot step away from him.
Attack of opportunity time.
Right.
I kind of almost chuckle a little bit when I notice that. So I'm just gonna be like, time to meet my people. It's like, looks like they're dancing. So I'll be like, want to come along, Johnny?
Certainly.
All right. So I'm going to approach one of the vampires that I believe is one of my kind, as far as I can tell.
So it's two of the ones that are just kind of Egyptian-like. So there's the one that's dressed like Thoth, and there is that's a female, and then there's one that's dressed like Sobek, a real like burly guy. He's like finely rippled muscles and stuff, and he's painted like he has like a bronze paint on his skin, and like a crocodile mask. Carries some sort of like staff made of bones or something like that.
Yeah, my mask is nowhere near as creative. It's basically, I just went with something really cliched, like a bald eagle mask. I mean, not like
you said like a bald eagle mask, and all I could remember was for fucking Peacemaker.
Eagly!
Like, all I could remember was Eagly.
Do you use real bald eagle feathers? That's the real question.
I went and plucked a bald eagle just to get some feathers around the collar and stuff. You know how it is. No, I mean, I'll be wearing the mask, obviously, and a good suit. And 2 Egyptian women or 2 Egyptian men?
One is clearly male, and the other one is you would assume is female.
All right, I'm not good at socializing. I'm gonna be like, hello, friends. Ken?
She says something in Egyptian.
Oh,
I respond in Egyptian. What'd she say?
She says, "Good evening. Who is your old friend?"
Ooh.
I respond. I'll try to use her upper or lower Nile dialect. I'll try to be specific as possible. If I can detect the village, I will use a flourish from the village. See, the night has just begun, my dear. It's no time for us to be revealing secrets just yet.
He's got the blue pill.
Swirling in the bottom of his champagne.
And but I'm sure that we had a conversation earlier about this, Tesla, but you know that to the protocol, right? Mind games, covert surveillance, interrogation, deception, bribery, blackmail, flattery, diplomacy, elicitation, intimidation. All these things are at play tonight. So you know not to think about like dirty bombs and like electromagnetic fields.
It didn't even cross my mind.
Dirty bomb is a drink today.
It is.
2 points for Dr. Mitchell. All right.
It's kind of like a dirty martini, but it's a lot harder.
So Johnny will just wear a classic mask.
There you go.
I like it. I
love it too. Yeah, I just look on as he speaks Egyptian, and I'm just like, I just kind of wilt a little bit, and I'm just like, no English, eh?
You gotta take those blue pills.
I every once in a while I translate for a Tesla. And if I detect that in her speech that she does actually speak English as well, I might try and shift the language to something he speaks.
Okay. Yeah.
Do I get that sense? Or do you want me to
so when you respond to her in Egyptian, she switches to English.
Thank you.
Yes. This is as I should have expected. I should not ever assume someone's depth of knowledge, I suppose.
Burn.
That's right. We are just. I'm just a big dumb American. You could never expect me to know anything about anything. And I just openly say sarcastically, but you know, you seem like you have all kinds of knowledge and experience. Like there, could I say like maybe over 100 years worth of it?
Oh.
She says, I don't dress as one of the greatest Egyptian gods for no reason. Granted, a weaker one, but my bloodline is much thicker than yours, as I can tell.
I paused for a second thinking about doing a sexual innuendo. And instead, I just say too easy. And
In her endo.
When she says that, does she say it to the rhythm of "All the boys in the yard want my milkshake," or is it? And I'll say that in like ancient Egyptian.
Okay.
All the girls in the yard, you want Tesla's milkshake. It's known.
But it's like I'll admit, you can tell I'm kind of new to this whole thing, and I was never much for parties really, but.
I whisper in her ear, "Don't believe his innocent act. He does this every time. He's perfected it though, hasn't he?"
Well, I'm not sure he's perfected it, but as long as he stays away from the bigger fish, he should live long enough to try to perfect it.
I see, my dear, and these bigger fish care to gesture some out.
You know,
So,
those that have lived long enough.
when is long enough? There never is enough. Eternity is one's oyster, no?
No, not everything lives forever. As you may discover before the end of this evening.
Including this drink as I finish the martini. And I raise my hand up for the waiter to bring me another.
Oh yeah, the waiter comes by and
Or the tray.
gives you another one.
Endless beefeater martinis. Must be heaven.
Yep. And she says, if you'll forgive me, I do have to mingle with those who share my thoughts. And she just kind of rolls away a little bit. And the kind of muscle guy just kind of bumps you as she walks away.
Shoulder bump.
Me or Johnny?
Yeah, he bumps you.
I'm like, all right, classic power move. Nice.
I say that's Farsi for flirting.
Yeah, they kind of wander away from you. You can see as you guys are kind of wander away. So this would be Evan, Lily. Is Lily doing anything in particular?
Just kind of watching people.
Watching people? Is there something specific you're looking for?
Not really.
Okay.
Just keeping an eye on everybody.
I think I would head over now that this woman has gotten her wine. I'd head over with mine. I didn't want to see you distracted before you were able to quench your thirst. Would you trouble me with a dance?
There will be plenty of time for that later.
Later. But what do you have going on right now? You seem so bored.
Well, I am slightly.
Of course
She
you're
says-
fucking bored. Look at this bunch of stiffs. Dance with me. Come on. I whisper in
She
her ear.
says, I would love to, darling, but you are mocked.
Oh.
Oh, you're not supposed to play with your food, my dear. I smile.
No, but I don't play with my mistress's toys. And she kind of walks away.
Wait, is she here? Wait, I gotta catch up. Is she here? Is she?
Give me an alertness roll.
Ooh,
Is there alertness? Fuck, I
that's
don't know,
going
dude.
to be-
I'm playing way too many game systems right
Let me
now. I
open my
really.
character sheet. Blackbook.io.
There's no such thing as alertness. Yeah, something like that.
What I'm looking for.
Notice?
Oh. Is there a notice?
Yeah.
Notice. Yeah, that game.
Where
That's
the
a
hell
game we
that-
play.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay, so I rolled a 5.
Jesus.
I didn't say I was spending points, so I just let it roll. So it's 5.
All right. Yeah, 5. Let me mark this page with this wonderful Pokemon bookmarks that I have. Okay, there you go. Maybe pull up a character sheet, Byron. That'd be great. All right, yeah. And put away my D10s from Delta Green and get a D6.
Yeah, don't be
That'd
rolling
great, too.
D10s up in this.
You want to roll a D10? I'll roll a D10 tonight.
I mean,
No.
just gonna increase the chances of doing great. So
Right? Yeah. It's like, I got a 12.
There's alertness and also passive alertness, which is your alertness score divided by 2, rounded down.
Oh, this is active, not passive.
Okay.
So yeah, she kind of walks away, and you're kind of trying to like follow her a little bit,
Mhm.
and within a moment, like somebody like bumps into you, and like as you kind of get jostled, and you lose her, like literally like 4 or 5 people away, and she just vanishes.
Watch where you fucking going then, mate. Whoever ran into me, and I go back
Yeah,
toward the
it was
bar.
just some dude in a
Yeah,
black
I just
suit.
that's fine. I just say it to the back of his head as he walks along and go back to the bar.
FYI, in the unlikely chance that we have the opportunity or a reason to review these later, I have been surreptitiously photographing the guests with my mask camera.
Nice.
Oh yeah, cool. I like it. All right. So we'll just assume that anybody of particular interest that you're photographing them.
So come back to the bar, and she's going through a rough divorce. She didn't want to talk about it. It's a shame.
I pat him on the shoulder.
Some people take rejection hard. I pat them on the other shoulder.
But I'm just like, look at this shit. So she's one of my bloodline. I mentioned quietly. She could tell I was marked by the mistress. Said she didn't want to play with her toys. I blush at that. I'm like, yeah, I'm a toy, boy toy.
Is this over the mic?
Yes, but boy toy.
You sound like Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
Do you like
I'm
pose?
just
Sweet Chin
sexy
music.
enough for the mistress. Just sexy enough for the mistress. Just sexy enough for the mistress.
Your mic's still on.
I Snapchat
Oh.
Lily with a picture of Evan in costume and with the caption, "Do you want to wedgie him or shall I?"
See, all you need to do is attach a picture of Evan back in that bar in episode 1 in his latex suit. I'm sure
Party.
Party.
You know, Evan, as she was able to identify you, I'd ask again Tesla and you to reach into your senses and see, are you able to spot any of your own tribe? Are they truly mocked? Do you think she was being literal?
Yeah.
I would respond with I believe that's a ill omen if he's saying that he's straight up marked. I mean, even amongst his own kind, that has to have some kind of meaning behind it.
It just means he smells like cat piss.
It just meant that she couldn't.
Sounds like cat urine.
She wouldn't dance with me or consort with me, Tesla. That's all. I didn't
Yeah,
sense
that's-
any ill will there at all.
And it's not about ill will. It means that you've been claimed. Like
Right? Isn't that great?
I mutter, maybe she's just making an excuse. She just didn't want to dance with you.
I think you're reading too much into it, Evan.
I'm about to go out and
I
sing
don't think
Whitney
we're reading
Houston.
enough
I
into
just
it.
want to dance with somebody.
Somebody
Like you can't say I want to feel the heat with somebody because half these people probably don't irradiate heat at all.
Radiate heat.
Yeah,
Oh, nice. I like it. All right.
That's good.
I mean, there's only 5 of them, so
5 that you've detected.
5 that we've detected of the people that we see.
Yeah, out of like the 100 and some people that you've seen so far. Like I said, there are a variety of kind of around the outskirts and even central tables and stuff, a variety of artifacts from Elizabeth Bathory's time. including a bathtub.
Oh, no way.
Gross.
Yeah.
I take my Shirley Temple over to the nearest artifact exhibit to the bar, dragging Lily with me.
I'm gonna join them and take a look at the bathtub with them. Well, you're at the bar. Is that what you said?
Yeah, we were at the bar.
We were at the bar.
They were at the bar. Yeah.
They've walked away.
Well, now
I'll
you're
stay
looking
and
at the
socialize.
displays, right? Displays.
Yeah, now we're going to the little artifact exhibit.
Yeah, I'll go with you and drag Johnny with me.
Well, I say, I was monitoring the party room for those who had, say, supernatural ability to move. I was just looking to see if any of them exhibited, how should I put it? A gracefulness that surpasses humankind. But if you wish to go look at the old objects, I do have, I think I recall having a PhD in art history. I'd be happy to do so.
Yeah, why not? I mean, I don't want to leave you alone. I mean, you look like, I mean, I know you're dangerous, but other people might see you as something to be,
Preyed upon.
easy prey.
I'm really only dangerous to Martini, but very well. I'll come with him.
So we better stick together.
I switched to a comm channel that doesn't have Johnny on it and said, he is being such an ass tonight. What the hell?
I don't respond to it because I'm right next to him. So I just.
All right, so who's over at the exhibit, like the bathtub exhibit?
Me and Terry.
You and Terry. All right,
and then me and Johnny will pop in eventually.
Sure.
Okay. Yes, and there is so over by the bathtub exhibit, there are several young girls. You would guess them to be late teens, early 20s, and they're just kind of in awe of it and talking about it, and they're speaking in Romanian as they're talking about it and stuff.
What are they saying?
They're just talking about, can you believe that some of our kin and our the people in our family could have died in this very tub.
Okay.
And one of them says, it would have been such an honor to give my life for the mistress.
Oh. Dum.
I shared that with Terry.
Oh boy.
I am truly and obviously shocked when she interprets that for me. And I mutter something to the extent of wondering whether there is some ongoing worship of this character. Why would they have wanted to die for her?
They're all a bunch of freaks.
And the one kind of looks at the other girl and she says, Angie, I have heard you may yet have the chance.
Oh, what does Angie say to that?
She says, really? She says, yes, that gentleman over there, he was speaking to me about it.
I'm gonna look that direction nonchalantly. I'm not gonna turn around like.
Yeah. So give me a notice check, or alert us, whatever. I don't know. I don't know what the rules of this game are anymore.
I'm gonna spend one, and I got a 7. So 6.
All right. So, for a moment, you see a gentleman standing there. He is wearing a very old yet immaculate tuxedo. It is super, super sharply cleaned. The blackness of it is like, it's hard to comprehend how black this guy's suit is. And he just kind of looks at you. He has like a black goatee that kind of sticks down below his mask. And he just kind of looks at you for a moment. and then he turns and walks like in front of like these black drapes that are hanging on one of the windowsills. And as he walks past the black drapes, he vanishes. Almost like he walked into the drapes themselves.
All right.
That's weird.
I'll share that with everybody.
Interesting.
Since I'm around the area, that this might be a time for a good time for another ping on that guy. Once we notice that he disappeared.
Okay, yeah, you try to get. So it's like really right at about the limits of where you're trying to reach. So you kind of have to go that way a little bit.
Okay.
And so you kind of walk away from like some of the group here to maybe 10 feet or so. And there's people mingling all about. So just assume that unless I say any otherwise. So you kind of mingle through a couple people, kind of weave through them a little bit as you're trying to get a read. And you don't pick anything up from that area.
Like fast, real fast.
At all. And you kind of bump into a woman wearing a very tight sequin white dress. She has like a swan mask on, and her purse is kind of like gold sequined, but it's a little bigger than you would anticipate like somebody would have necessarily for like a dance party or something, and carrying it with them. And you kind of bump into her and she says, "Oh, I'm so sorry." She says, "How are you?"
I'm well, enjoying the party. She look familiar to me. Do I get a weird feeling?
You don't. You don't think she looks familiar to you, no.
I'm like,
I'm still with Tesla.
It's up to you if you follow me.
Oh,
yeah, you could follow up. Follow him up. He walked away about 10 feet or so, kind of intermixed. You see him talking to a blonde-haired woman.
I wouldn't follow him then. I would just monitor him, make sure that he's within eye shot.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, and I was gonna say, it's like I don't believe we've met before, or have we?
No. She says you can call me Jacqueline.
I take her hand in about as much of a gentlemanly fashion as I can manage, and shake it.
She looks like she was expecting you to kiss it, and then you shook it. And
she's like, "Hi."
Give me a notice check as you shake her hand.
Yes.
She did.
There's just OD formaldehyde that comes off the picture.
Are you monitoring him electronically or like with eyesight?
I'm definitely watching him with eyesight. I don't know, Tesla, did you leave your mic open?
Yeah.
Then I guess either all or certainly I'm listening.
I'm going to spend 2, and I got a 7.
Okay. So you notice that her ring that she has on her hand is almost like barbed wire, and it cuts into your hand a little bit. And your hand bleeds a little as you're pulling your hand back. You're like, ow, you felt like the prick of it's almost like thorns in a way on this little ring that she has on her hand.
I've been around Terry Mitchell for a while. Does it look like this ring somehow collects my blood, or is it meant just to pierce?
It's hard to say. It definitely looks like it was made to wound. For sure. And she says, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And she opens her purse and she has like this cloth, and she says, "Please allow me." And she places it on your hand.
Tesla blood collection.
Yeah, I'm just going to be like, it's merely a scratch.
Oh, I know, but it would feel so bad if you were to
suck the finger. Suck the finger.
The working title for the episode:
Suck the finger.
Suck the
The finger. So give me another notice check. This time at a -1 because you're kind of paying attention to what she's doing and not necessarily what you might see.
This time I only got a 2.
A 2, yes. So not a problem. So yeah, you notice that she does seem to be very attentive to your wound, and she like, you know, presented the handkerchief relatively quickly as if she expected that you were going to be cut.
Yeah. I'm just like, so have you frequented many parties like this?
Years ago, yes. Well, to be fair, they're kind of part of my business.
Oh, what sort of business are you in?
Oh, I'm a director of an orphanage that specializes in healing children.
Really?
Yes. It's it's in Strasbourg. She says, she presents her card, and it says, "Heal the children," and it has like a blood drop next to like a logo that's kind of stylistic, HC, and it says Dr. Jacqueline Seward, Seward.
Okay. Have I heard of this place before? Pretty famous.
No, you never heard of it before.
Can we hear that over the comms?
You can hear my side of the.
Do you read it? Do you read the card? Like, oh, Dr. Jacqueline Seward. You would have heard her say Jacqueline for sure.
Yeah, I'll say it out loud, and it's just like, I'll fake it a little bit. Your reputation precedes you. It's like, it's like I'm actually amazed you want to talk to just uncivilized American like myself.
Is she a descendant of Jonathan?
Jacqueline.
Is she a descendant of Jonathan?
Jonathan Seward.
I don't think I'm going to drop that in this conversation.
So I mean, you guys could determine that possibly.
Yeah, maybe later on. I'll just be like, you can kind of tell that this isn't exactly my usual crowd.
Oh, that's okay. She says, it takes a while to get used to some of these people.
I can imagine so, and all these fancy things all around us. I must admit, I'm a little bit awestruck by it.
Oh, well, it can be quite profitable if you find yourself in the right circles.
I imagine so. I guess that's part of what tonight's about. Meeting people. I guess you could say I'm sort of a mechanic myself. I have some unique skills I picked up over the years, building things, flying, so on and so forth. I was looking to expand my own business.
Tell her about your autoerotic obsession with explosives. She'll love it.
It's like I just love blowing things. So I kind of come up with basically a fake business. I'm in aeronautics, drones mostly.
It's
gonna be
slow lately.
This has been a little slow lately. Yeah. I heard that business went out. Is that a failed technology?
Well, it's on a downturn right now, but I'm pretty sure that
in a few years, it's going to take off.
It's going to take off. I like it.
It's going to really take off. But I need the right backers, and
I understand.
I'm new to this. I'm new to this whole, this new state of being, if you will.
She said, well, I will check into things, and if you're up to it, perhaps I will introduce you to some of my partners later tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See me at the dance.
Yeah. While we were talking, I want to drop the handkerchief behind me and step on it.
Oh no, she didn't give it to you.
Oh, she just dabbed it.
She just dabbed it and collected it.
Took your blood and ran, buddy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
She just kind of slid it into the purse,
gotcha.
and then she just kind of wanders off.
Mm-hmm. I look on, and I'll turn away, grab a drink of champagne, and I'll be like, hey, this woman, she got like a decent amount of my blood on a handkerchief. Do you know if that can be used in some way?
Why are you bleeding again?
Evan, it's like, you're the blood obsessed one.
Who?
Like, yeah,
Dr. Mitchell's the blood obsessed one. I'll just drink it for fuck's sake.
Oh yeah, that's obsession.
Well, I mean, would you squeeze a bit of red wine out of a napkin then?
What do you mean by that?
Well, that's the use it would be to me. I'd throw it away, but maybe Dr. Mitchell. Wait, maybe she's doing DNA testing.
She could do testing. She could do cloning.
Did you just say she's going to try to clone someone?
What the fuck?
Uh-huh.
Not two of him.
That's
Got your DNA, buddy.
Not 2 Teslas.
not two of me.
2 turn Teslas and a microphone. All right. So yeah. Oh, go ahead.
So I find that fairly worrisome.
Yeah, me too. I'm a little bit more than your average amount of worried.
I'll sort of subtly, Byron, pull out my phone, and I'm going to research this company real quick. Just do a quick profile.
Sure.
Who owns
See
them?
if she's,
How old are
she's
they?
related to Jonathan.
Yeah. I'll run that down as well.
Okay. Yeah, it'll take you a few minutes.
Yeah, that's
we're
fine.
going to say.
I'll drink a couple more glasses of wine while I'm at it.
Yeah. It's relatively easy to track down, so.
We have, hold on. Oh, be quiet.
I can't believe she juiced Tesla.
I can't believe she fucking juiced me.
What do we use for like stealth?
For like stealth?
C4.
That would be tradecraft.
Oh, Draco.
Stealth wouldn't that be infiltration for stealth?
Could be that too.
If
Could be both.
Are we all aware that she has Tesla's blood in her purse now?
You're aware that she took Tesla's blood. You don't know exactly what. Tesla didn't spot what she did with it.
I have an 8 in Filch, which allows me to spend points after I roll.
Oh, we have filch.
Can I make a roll to retrieve Tesla's blood after?
Yeah, you're gonna try to basically steal something out of her purse.
Yeah, and I can.
This can't go wrong.
I can add to my roll. That's my share, I guess, for going up to 8. I can add to my roll after I roll.
Nice.
So,
I like it. Okay. So she does. Go ahead, Evan.
I was going to say, as a quick funny, I was a kid of the 70s. You never reached into your mom's purse because there was always a wad of tissues. Failure has to get the bad tissue, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Ew.
That's another blood suit.
No, a different sample from someone else.
So yeah, so this is what I see. I see Tesla's kind of wandering back towards the bathtub. Evan, you were at the bathtub still, or were you?
I never went. I'm at the bar,
at the
socializing and doing my research and minding my business.
The one lady rolls back around that you were talking to earlier. Now that you're alone.
Okay.
And in addition to that, so Johnny kind of tries to tail Jacqueline.
Did I sense that Dr. Mitchell was trying to do the same thing?
What?
I was, but you kind of cut me off. So.
I apologize.
I apologize. You go for it.
No, you've already done it. So.
Well, you're both kind of on opposite sides of her. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
Actually, a tag team approach would probably be beneficial because Johnny's probably looking for some sort of distraction to make it happen.
Absolutely.
Does Terry have Filch too?
I don't have Filch. I was going to use tradecraft.
Got it. So we're gonna say you're gonna use tradecraft to kind of distract her, and Johnny will go in for the take. How's that sound?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Used to you guys tag teaming. Maybe it's something you haven't necessarily done before, but you would know each other's strengths and weaknesses and be able to set that up.
Well,
So yeah. So you come face to face with her, and she says, "Oh," she says, "How are you?"
I'm well, and yourself? What a lovely party.
Oh yes, it is. I love your mask.
Oh, thank you. And I make comments about her outfit as well, and girly.
She's like, yeah. She says, "Oh yes, so far I still have the figure to wear something like this." She says, "But a few years from now, it's hard to say."
Enjoy it while you've got it, right?
Absolutely.
I very gregariously introduce myself and just make a comment about the structure and small talk, but I try and get her to start talking about herself somehow.
Okay. So when you say you introduce yourself, are you introducing like your real self, like as Dr. Mitchell? Like
I'm just going to say my name's Terry.
Okay. Got it. Yeah. She says, "Oh, wonderful." She says, "What do you do for a living, if I might ask?"
I'm a physician.
No way. I am a doctor myself.
Oh, how fascinating. What kind of medicine do you practice?
Hepatology.
Hematology. Oh,
yeah.
Fascinating field. I'm more into trauma, emergency room type of thing.
Well, I'm hoping that my discoveries will lead to some advances in that area also.
That's interesting. What is your field of research?
Regenerative abilities of antibodies and blood cells.
It's interesting. And for whom are you doing this? Is it an independent exercise or?
Well, I'm doing it for the good of the children.
The children?
Yes. Those who are less fortunate, who would not have access to such things.
Oh, of course. Universal access to healthcare is a universal right. Absolutely. Bless you for working on behalf of disadvantaged children in such a manner.
She says, "I am lucky enough to have sponsors which have, well, it would seem deep pockets."
Is there a specific disease area that you are studying or something more general?
No, it's more general at this point.
So I want to continue to ask her. I'm just distracting her.
She'll continue to give you some very, it doesn't take much. Give me a, let's see here. Let's do a shrink roll to kind of use psychology to basically activate her ability to basically talk about herself. Basically, use your abilities to force her into talking about herself from her egotistical side, which she has very easily.
What is my shrink here?
Shrink's gonna be general abilities on the right.
I have an 8. So do I have a cherry of something of some sort?
You probably do.
You have a what?
An 8 in shrink.
8 in shrink.
If your shrink rating is 8 or more, you receive 1 free rating point in one of the following: bullshit detector, flattery, interrogation, or reassurance.
Oh, I think I put that in flattery.
All right, that's fine. So so an 8, so you can spend and make a die roll.
Okay.
If you wish to spend one first. Okay.
I'm going to spend 1. Where did it go? And I rolled a 6, so it's a total of 7.
Cool. Well, her target number was 5. So yeah, she starts breaking into like actual scientific details of her craft, especially like as you clearly are understanding what she's saying. She can see it in your face, you know what I mean? Because even though you may not be trying to necessarily show her that, it's when she uses her big scientific words and you actually understand them, it intrigues her to basically continue to speak about herself. And she's going on and on. And so that's going to give Johnny a +1 to his filch.
Oh, awesome. I will, before I go, spend 4 points. So that's total plus 5.
Ooh, damn. He's like, I'm making sure I get this shit.
I rolled a 3, so that's a 7. And I'm not quite sure how it works, but it says that I can, for every 2 points I spend after, I can spend an additional point. For every 2 I spend after I roll, I get 1 additional point added. I assume that means if I think I need it.
Yeah, I would say so. So she's not a supernatural person, and you're basically stealing something out of her purse. So this isn't that high profile of an item. And Dr. Mitchell has her completely involved in a conversation.
Do I want to take like 20 napkins out of there? Like, is it like Evan said? Like, there's like 20 bloody napkins like in Ziploc bags.
A whole bunch of gum wrappers and shit.
There is actually one bloody handkerchief inside. There are also 2 syringes full of some sort of blue liquid.
I'll take those as well if I can.
Yeah, if you rolled high enough, you could take whatever you want out of her purse. There is also a .38 handgun.
Oh.
You got like both hands all the way up to the elbows in her purse.
He's leaning into her purse. He's like chest.
He's like throwing shit over his shoulder, like,
menswear, children's apparel.
Doing it entirely by touch. You know,
there's a cat food in here.
So I'm gonna let you have. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll d6. You're gonna get 2 items. You can pick any 2 of the 4 items I described.
Okay, fair enough. So I should pick 2 right now?
Yeah.
I will.
Do you want both syringes? Do you want the handkerchief and the gun?
I'll take the handkerchief and the syringe for 5, Monty.
Okay. All right, leave your 1 syringe and the 38. Yep. Not a problem.
Okay.
Yeah. So you will snatch off of her and kind of you see Johnny kind of rolls by. He's kind of around there for a second, and then he rolls off.
I continue to engage her for a few more minutes so that she's none the wiser. Wait for other people to jostle her, and
Sure.
If she noticed Johnny at all, hopefully she will forget that she had seen him. I'm not going to ask her for a business card because I don't want her looking in her purse right now. But did she introduce herself by name to me?
Yeah.
Her full name?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Seward, I that's a familiar name. I wonder if I have a colleague of the same name. Seward.
Oh, I'm uncertain. I doubt it.
Maybe I've heard of you and just can't recall.
Oh, it's so funny. You know how sometimes you read a book or something like that and a character just kind of sticks out and you remember a name or something?
That's probably it. It's probably it.
And she says, well, it's been a pleasure speaking with you. She says,
Please.
I need to catch up with some other colleagues.
Absolutely. It was lovely speaking with you, and I wish you the best of luck in your research endeavors.
Oh, it is looking up. And she kind of wanders off.
Okay.
I just say over the mic, oh man, she's such a peach. I mean, really.
All right, so Evan, you're standing at the bar, and the lady with the peacock mask kind of rolls back up to you and looks like she's refilling a drink.
I was wondering when you would return.
Well, that's easy. When the glass is empty, one returns.
But I thought, shouldn't they be bringing the drinks to you?
Well, I would hope, but unfortunately, the fine stock is kept behind the bar.
Indeed. Well, shall we toast?
Sure. And she says, bartender, and a kind of young, handsome man wearing like a tuxedo shirt kind of rolls over, and she says, the 1875 for me and my friend here. And he says, yes, ma'am. And so he pops it open and kind of like pours it really quickly. And brings it back over. And you could tell, Evan, as he turns around with it, it's not wine.
I was hoping. Yeah.
And she says, well, it's probably not as fine as the vintage you originally had, she says, but it must do in circumstances like this.
Ah, indeed. So I cheers her, and then kind of come in very close, right? Almost on the verge of like a kiss kind of thing. Pity I'm mocked, isn't it?
Well, maybe for you.
I laugh. Of course, that is exactly what I meant. Whatever could I have been saying otherwise? So do tell, what is this all about? I take a nice, wonderful, just sort of luxurious sip of this.
It's sweet. It tastes good. It's been a long time since you had something fresh like this.
I think he smiles, and his teeth are kind of like his vamp teeth are sort of.
This is a well-selected vintage. She says, yes, the mistress always did have a taste for the best.
What is this?
What is this?
The truth of it. Why are we all
it's
here?
a celebration. A night with the Countess.
Rather odd mix, isn't it?
Not really.
Huh. Fair enough. When will she arrive exactly?
Oh, she's already here.
I haven't seen her. Is she in hiding? Do tell.
She does take quite some time to get ready. It's hard to strap down the young ones, if you know what I'm saying.
I'm just picturing her putting like lots of lotion on. I try not to giggle. I drink, and this is amazing. So.
She tells the waiter. She goes, "That's on my tab, of course."
Yeah, sure. That's on Johnny's expense. It's on his American Express.
Johnny's American Express.
Yeah.
What is this charge for $100,000, Evan? The bar? What?
So is there going to be a feast? I study her.
I'm sure at some point. She says, we'll have to go through this rigmarole of the real dinner first.
Indeed. Do you happen to know why she might have invited my friends as well, and not just her progeny? Surely you must know of us.
Well, I'm not in charge of invitations. I have heard of some.
Oh, don't be coy. I understand you're not in charge of invitations, but obviously you're in the know.
Oh, not as much as I used to be. After the absence of her right hand, it's hard to say. She went into hiding for a while. I have not been in the loop as much as I was before.
Pity, do you suppose there are motivations for that, or is it just that you're busy? I wonder. Well, thank you so much for the drink. But given that you won't dance with me, I suppose I should find my dance mate among the masses. I lean in.
Yes. She says, perhaps later.
But wait, so you're saying there's right. Cheers. I walk away like
she kind of so before you walk away, she kind of reaches her finger out and she kind of rubs it along the edge of your lips, and she says, we may yet perhaps get a chance to dance in some way. And then she walks away.
I sort of blink. I try to Byron. I think there's this so as he's drinking this blood and he's getting aroused and whatnot, like he's sort of trying to blink away the animal pupils in his eyes and kind of trying to like, okay, I got you. Got you. YMCA. I only the bar. Man. Damn vampires.
That's the episode tonight. Damn vampires.
That's a good one.
So what is the position of the entities flagged as possibly vampiric?
So let me see. The one obviously is at the bar with Evan. The Swan Lady has, well, she wasn't vampiric. The Swan Lady was Jacqueline. Let's see here. There was the kind of Egyptian guy that was wearing the Sobek mask. He is talking to the young woman wearing the Bast mask. They were over at a selection of books that are on display. Probably about 15 meters or so across this great room.
You said there were 5.
Yes, that's 1, 2, 3. And then there are 2 as you're kind of looking for them. Let's see, that's those 2. The one at the bar, so that's 3. There's the woman with the Thoth mask. So she is. Where would she be? She is looking at some like trinkets and stuff that are in a curio cabinet off to your right, probably about 5 or 10 meters.
Ah, I can see.
And then the other one's just kind of out in the middle of the group, just kind of wandering through. You're hard to, like, Tesla couldn't get a beat on exactly who it was, but you know there's a 5th one out there.
I'm gonna go over to where the books are.
Okay. Yeah, so that's where the Sobek guy and the Bast lady are standing.
Right.
Right.
Where's Lily now?
Where's Lily?
I was going to investigate the dude with the black suit who walked into the curtain.
Okay, so you're going over to the curtain area?
Going over that way.
Okay, cool. So you go over to the curtain area, and it seems to be in very good shadow for the lighting in this place. And there's like a smell. It's a very off-putting smell in a way. Kind of like burnt flesh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Coming from this area.
I'll investigate that further.
Okay. So as you are investigating that further, give me an alertness check, I guess.
Alertness is not
actually
notice.
You can actually give me a sense trouble also while you're at it.
Oh, I have 8 in sense trouble. What's my charity for that?
Assuming everything is trouble.
That's your cherry. Everything's a problem.
It's all a problem.
Oh, I could use my sense trouble instead to determine my order in combat.
Okay, that's fine.
Not that I'm going to do that because I'll always use my hand-to-hand. So notice. That's just a point spend, I believe.
Yeah, it could be.
Because it's just a general you roll for, correct?
Yeah, you could spend a point to see something more. All right.
Yeah, I'll spend a point.
So it seems like it's coming from outside almost, even though the window is closed. You kind of lean your face forward to it, and the curtains hang away from the walls far enough that you can kind of see behind them. And hanging from the railing where the like curtains hang from, on the back side of one of the curtains is a young woman's body that has been charred completely. Almost to the point where she's coals. and parts of it are flaking off onto the ground, but it's covered by the curtains.
So I'm gonna, yeah, okay.
Hashtag no one told me there'd be barbecue.
Long peg.
Ooh, yes.
Is there anything left on her corpse that could identify anything, or she's literally just charcoal?
Nah, she's mostly charcoal. You would think if you bumped her too well, she would probably crumble.
So on my way away from that, I'm gonna kind of look in the crowd to see if anybody's like watching that area.
So as you're backing away from that area, and you're looking to see if anybody's watching, you see, for a brief minute, you think you see a guy wearing like a purple jacket and like a brightly colored mask. It kind of goes in and out of your view for a second, and then someone taps you on the shoulder.
Okay.
And he says, I knew you would show up sooner or later.
I know that voice.
Oh, no. Oh, no way.
I like whip around real quick.
Is it Microwave Head?
He says, how are you? I see you have come to party.
Lily drops like all formality and is like, just like stunned. The most sentimental thing she's ever done. She kind of like puts her hand on his shoulder.
She doesn't hug him. She's
Holy
just like,
shit.
hello.
He says, careful, my back still hurts. As he pops it, like kind of shit.
Can I hear any of this?
Yeah, you'd hear it on the mic.
I'm just. You just hear me say no way.
Similar. What the fuck?
Can't be.
He says, don't worry. I promise this will be exciting. Not me. Do what?
How the fuck is he alive?
Plot. Plot armor. Can't leave him dead forever. So, yeah, he says, don't worry. He says the mistress has several things planned. She says,
that you guys, the
Oh,
barbecue behind the curtains.
oh no, that's not our style. She says, but don't worry, the trap is open. And he kind of laughs. And he says, bye-bye. I see you later.
For the party.
And he kind of like goes, he's like kind of walking away.
You guys get any vamp vibes from him?
No.
Did the pigment of his body match his face?
Yeah, I mean, what you could see. For once, he wasn't wearing fishnets.
Perhaps they genetically regrew him a body in a vat. Interesting.
Well, you do remember that the mistress was somehow related, at least in plan, with the Nazi on the yachts. The Nazi on the Yahtzee, who regrew. He regrew a little bit.
Okay.
Way back in the day. Does anybody got what's everybody's like drop dead date hour tonight?
11:30.
I can go till 11:30 easy.
11:30. All right, 11:30 is our kill
And if
time.
no one reminds me that it's 11:30, probably later than.
All right, so this is a good place for a quick bio break, and then we are going to go into the dinner time. Party! It is party time.
Party time.
But first, it's potty time. So
I'm gonna go get a new light bulb and put that in.
Oh no, seriously, that wasn't intentional. That's pretty funny.
Oh, I mean, let's like ambiance I've created. Yeah, literally went to the bathroom and burned out the second I tried to flip the light back on.
That
It's unfortunate.
And I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to commit to it and just push through. But I'm gonna go change it out. It'll take like 2 seconds.
So I think I'm going to change my costume a little bit here.
Yeah, that's a nice one, Dan.
This is the I think the polar bear. Oh no, this is the polar bear.
It's either the polar bear or the marshmallow head. I'm not sure which. Although it's detecting your eyebrow movements, which is pretty impressive.
It is.
Yeah, that's cool. I've got to get my top hat, which is inside, and I'm not going in there because, you know,
I know.
As soon the game's over. Oh no, he's a raccoon. All right, the winning background here though is Dr. Mitchell, because that background's
she's got that on tight.
That's terrifying.
What's terrifying is it's not her background. That's just where she's at.
Why did I switch it to the streaming soon? I mean, we could just save myself some labor.
You can
bring it back.
Right. Woo!
Yay, time for some announcements. So we got new merch. We've got new stickers. We've got some pins, enamel pins, which are pretty cool. The new logo. T-shirts are on order. We've got 2 flavors of those. So for those of you who reach out to us or do, you know, the YouTube comment thing, as long as you're nice. Unnice people, I just apologize to them. I become Canadian when people are hating on our YouTube stuff. Just like, I'm really sorry.
I'm curious how this thing reacts when I eat this chip.
Well, it looks like you're eating a chip, but you know what it looks like is you're one of those weird people that chews air. Like, it's just like, mwah, mwah, mwah.
I know. It's funny. You can see everything except for the food. It's perfect. I can eat on camera. This is magical.
Yeah.
It is kind of magical.
Oh my God.
What's funny is I can't actually tell that you're eating though. It just shows like on the.
Yeah.
Can you hear the crunching?
No.
No,
Oh,
you
wow.
need a better. You get the mic a little closer.
I
will say that the raccoon does look really cool on stream though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. Dr. Mitchell's background looks even
We
better.
got to see if there's a Welsh corgi, Tyler, for Wild Dawn.
Speaking of Wild Dawn.
Yeah, I got to get it scheduled. So, had travel going on. I'm almost out of that. So we bought 2 companies in a month, which was a lot.
Yeah.
So that's done.
There's some other game too that we play, isn't it? There's some other game we play.
Got some Pendragon. We got some. What the hell just happened? Tesla. Okay, wait, no. Okay, that's. Yeah.
You guys are prolific. How many games a month do you guys play?
Depends.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
Yeah, but then we got the Deadlands thing, which it's looking like later this month is a possibility, or early June. New merch. Thorg, I'll send you some. Cast members shop for free. Also, I mean, it's just pins and stickers and shit, so.
So it is possible.
Yeah.
It is possible. Hats would be awesome. It is possible for me to have to play 5 RPGs in 1 week.
Poor thing.
It's possible.
It's to have to. Oh, the horror.
Yeah, it would be. That's tapped out for me. That's me running 1, 2, 3. Yeah, me running 3 and playing it 2.
Excuse me.
Yep. Yeah, that's what it would be. Oh no, I could do 6. 6 would be my absolute limit of games. If I had D&D on Monday, Night's Black or Pendragon on Tuesday, Delta Green on Wednesday morning, Delta Green on Wednesday night.
Holy shit.
Pathfinder 2 on Friday, and Vile Dawn on Sunday.
Byron, does your wife play in some of these games? I was just wondering, because I would like to think if I played 5 games a week, my wife would be complaining, but maybe not. I don't know.
Well, she works from 5 a.m. until 1 p.m. a lot of times, or 2 p.m. So she's in bed by like 8 o'clock. So
yeah, you do.
I don't even get off work till after 8 o'clock normally. So it's not.
What does your wife do?
About once a week. She works at Wendy's as a breakfast manager.
Oh, that's what first. Gotcha.
I think that because I heard the tail end of that, I think that if I was unfettered, I could play in an infinite number of games.
Oh,
Did
hell
you
yeah.
say tethered? Tethered, is that the word you used?
I'm with
I
you.
said unfettered.
But I think it's
Unfettered,
weird
my bad.
because I sort of
Yeah.
get
Sounded
this
a lot
like
tethered.
I have
But
this.
if I was but I think in terms of running, I would my limit's about two a week.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's my limit too. But you know, sometimes you just
If I've done 3, and a lot of times I find it to be tiring. By the time I'm on the third one, I'm just like,
yeah.
I don't want to do any prep for this.
Absolutely. And
You
then
know.
Yeah, and I probably got 2 mini games in there, also.
too many or many.
Mini
Yeah.
games,
Yeah.
miniature games, probably.
We've been getting into Marvel Crisis Protocol
Yeah, we played that
and
today.
a bunch of Conquest.
Ooh.
Last night we had Kings.
Nice.
Yeah, my trouble is I wind up mixing in games with the band stuff, which we're gearing up to record a new record, and so there's a lot of that going on right now. So I find myself doing that at like 2 or 3 in the morning. Like just like, all right, everybody's sleeping, nobody can be mad at me unless I'm a bastard tomorrow because I'm tired. But yeah,
Yeah.
All right.
it's all good.
All right.
Here we are.
So so that's kind of like the prelude to the dinner. And the dinner, of course, they start, calling people for seating, and they seat by table. You guys have a table number on your invitation.
Did they keep us all together?
Let's see, do any of us get separated?
Yeah, they keep you together.
No, that's very nice.
Nice. At least we're
You
not
guys have
sitting
your
next to
own.
those awkward people that you sit next to at weddings. That sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah, and you do see that there is one particular table of towards the front that has like 5 young girls at it. You remember those girls that you see over at the bathtub, and you see some of them kind of sitting at their own little table.
Ladies.
The one kind of laughs at the other one as she giggles.
No. Well, that never works.
They're sitting at the table with us, or they're nearby?
No, they're at another table. They're at a table closer to like the stage area.
Oh, I see.
or
So
the
he's
main-
just walking
the
past
head
or
table.
whatever.
Yeah, you're just walking past.
And no courses have been served yet, right? We're just seating.
No, yeah, you're just seating.
I look around like for any like philology tools. Like, do I see any bloodletting or tubes or anything? Look like it's going to be like a normal dinner, or does it look like there's a little extra equipment here? Like
No, it looks
syringe?
normal.
Okay.
From what you could
I'll
tell.
slip Dr. Mitchell the blue syringe, and at some point, I guess as we're getting to the table, I'll say, Dr. Mitchell, this was next to Tesla's napkin in the woman's purse. I couldn't help but notice she had 2 of them next to a 38, and I thought, well, it might be interesting given the line of work she's in. I hand it to you.
I nod and excuse myself to the restroom.
Okay. What are you going to do in the rest of room?
I'm just going to examine the syringe, sniff it, do the normal things to see if I can determine what it might be.
Okay. I'm assuming because you normally are equipped for like small interactions of different things and so forth. Would you have brought like samples of people's blood with you? You normally keep some of that stuff on
I
hand.
might have had like little tiny vials, yeah.
Yeah, little tiny vials.
Some
Okay.
reagent strips that we developed to
Yeah. Mhm.
between lineages.
Yeah, so you inject it on them. It seems to mix with them relatively easily. It mixes with the human blood that's like even easier though. And you notice once it mixes with the human blood that it seems to act more like the other blood. So you could effectively determine that this is kind of similar to the serum that you guys had in the original part of the the game that you got from the Jacks in Morocco. Or yeah.
The superhero lizard serum.
Yes. Very similar, if not a more refined example of the same.
So if anyone wants like natural body armor or a second heart.
Right.
Or a second heart.
Second heart sounds cool.
I report this to my colleagues over the mic.
Do I think there's any risk that Evan's going to try and snort it?
I think Evan's happy with what he's got.
Oh, yeah, he's so happy.
Okay.
He's savoring
he does
it.
look he does look, you look across the table at him and he doesn't look like he's going to go snort anything.
No, I'm savoring this. There's still just a bit left, and it's very small.
He drank some of that primo shit. So
yeah,
you see him with the shot glass in his tongue.
Yeah.
The golden days of Evan.
Yeah.
Okay, so I report to you guys what I think this is.
Okay.
Interesting. It could come in handy.
I wonder.
Do you have any idea how long it takes to act?
That's what I'm wondering. I have to think that if she had it in her purse, that it must be pretty quick.
Thinking back on her when Doctor was talking to her and I was filching, did I notice anything odd about her, like say scales or
No, she didn't have any evidence that that she was anything other than human.
Like gills coming out of her cheeks or something?
Yeah, no.
Okay, no. Okay. Doctor, did you happen to know anything interesting about her? Do you think she was carrying this for her own use? She had 2 of them, though.
I don't know. I find it intriguing. She had this, and she was collecting Tesla's blood.
Interesting. Was there any were there any markers or denotation on the syringe?
No.
Okay. Well,
Is the needle size one that I would think is intended for intramuscular or intravenous use?
that is a medical question.
Boy, I know that I can even comprehend what that means, but yeah, I got you. Shit, what is the answer to that question?
It's like the Cajun injector.
Science.
I'd say intravenous.
Does anybody want a shot? Shots?
No pun intended.
Pun intended.
So,
exciting.
What's it do? What is it?
Excuse me.
We think this is. I think this is the
super soldier serum, basically.
super soldier serum.
Oh, no, it's all right.
I imagine it's been tweaked and perfected a little bit.
Was Mr. Microwave involved in the super serum?
No.
Okay.
I think we chopped his head off too early to find out.
Oh, you can never chop the head off too early.
You did never really follow up with those questions as to what he was doing to him.
Well,
But no, you didn't think so.
Worst comes worst, just hit me with it. We'll see what it does.
wow,
Just hit me with it.
brave.
It's intravascular, so it's gonna take a few minutes. It's not gonna be something I can give you in combat.
Why don't you just juice yourself up? What's the worst that could happen? I mean, really. Right here at the table.
What is the worst that
Hey,
could
everyone,
happen?
ding, 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 ding.
Evan, by the way, you look like shit. Just want to say.
What do you mean?
Not doing well.
I feel wonderful.
I bet you do. I'm tempted, but I figured Lily might be interested first.
I mean, if it actually is that, I could probably gain the most from it.
Mm-hmm.
So you're in the bathroom, and the door opens.
I'm in a stall with the door.
Oh, you're in a stall? Okay, yeah. So the door opens.
100%, yes.
Yeah, no problem. You're in the stall. You got your like heroin case all set up and everything.
Right.
Get ready to go. No,
So,
just
so we're
kidding.
talking through the comms, right?
Yeah.
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 Stop. When I hear the door starting to open.
Well, you said we're sitting at a table together, though, right? Or no?
You were,
She
but
went to the bathroom.
Terry went to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Turn your microphone off, Terry,
Johnny
for
gave
God's
me
sake.
the syringe, and I took it to the bathroom to examine it.
Do it.
I'm gonna head that way.
Okay. So you said that I heard the door open?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And give me 1 second.
I will make a note over the mic. I'm like, guys, probably not a good time to start all separating.
Just have to use the restroom.
Yeah, they were just about to serve the fucking food, for God's sake. Shouldn't we eat first?
Well, Tesla.
So I'm assuming that Terry has jewelry on, right?
Oh,
What
dear.
kind of jewelry would Terry be wearing?
I'm dressed kind of goth masquerade, so black but like lace and
What would be her favorite stones or gemstones, or would she just
with this outfit we're wearing garnets.
garnets?
We're
Okay.
wearing garnets, dark red. Yep.
Got it. So you're sitting there, or standing there in the stall, or whatever the case may be, and you're looking at the serum. You kind of think of the top of the toilet kind of has this actually has a back to the toilet. It's not one of those like industrial toilets, and so you probably have it laid out there on the back of it, and you hear like kind of like a crack, and then you look down and you feel something on your toes, because like you probably have open shoes, I would assume. You feel something on your toes and you look down, and the garnets on your bracelet that you're wearing have shattered, and they're kind of sprinkling down over your foot.
Goddamn costume jewelry.
And then I need you to make a what is it gonna be?
Saving throw versus death.
We're gonna say a stability check.
Oh, I got lots of stability. I have 8 stability. I've had.
Raise your hand if you've said that about a Call of Cthulhu character, only to realize that it goes really fast. Like, you're done.
So it's gonna be a D6 roll, and you can actually spend some of that stability to get a bonus on a roll.
I'm gonna burn 2. And I'm gonna roll.
And Byron, just a roll check, so you can get those back by various means, right? Get stability back by communing with your person or your place. Or whatever.
If you had any, you guys don't have those anymore.
But we still have our symbol.
You still have your symbol, yeah.
So much symbol.
Yeah.
Okay, I rolled a total of 3 because I suck.
Ooh, a 3? Oh, that's good. Take 6 hit points of damage.
Go!
As you just feel like something has just like started sucking you dry, and you remember
in a bottle.
Well, you remember this feeling because it feels a lot like that, like a lot like it, only stronger.
Tesla in a bottle. I'm a Tesla in a bottle.
Only
you
stronger.
went with the better song. Yeah, I went with the.
And you kind of like brace yourself, and so you go down on one knee, and you're like your hands on like the side of the toilet.
Are we hearing this?
You're just like.
Is she like,
well, I mean, you might hear something. I'm not really sure what it would sound like.
I'm gonna pick up my piece.
It sounds more like along the lines of just nothing.
I probably acted like I got punched hard in the gut.
Yeah, you feel like a gasp, like a gasp. You're like, And you kind of like she kind of does that, and you could hear like a clink probably as she drops to the on the toilet, not on the toilet, but you kind of grab the bowl like it's a bad morning, and so as you're looking, you could see that whoever it was that came into the bathroom, you could see their feet. And they're wearing like some sort of fine golden sandals, and she has kind of a bronze colored skin to her complexion.
Walk like an Egyptian.
And so Lily, you could definitely your sense trouble, like ding 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 ding.
Yeah, I was already headed to the bathroom because we were talking about shooting this into me anyway.
Yeah, you're heading to the bathroom.
I would pick up my pace as soon as I hear like the gas.
Sure, it's easy to get there, but tough to get there because like they're bringing in food and stuff like that.
Could I do like athletics to kind of work my way through the crowd faster?
Sure, I'd give you an athletics roll.
I'll spend 2, and
I would also let you spend tradecraft to get a bonus.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Because running through a bunch of people, that seems very tradecrafty.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So with that and the 2 points I spent, I'll get a 7.
A 7. So as you're going into the bathroom, a woman is walking out.
Okay.
And she just kind of nods at you, and she's wearing that Egyptian mask with a thoth beak, and she just kind of goes past you and out into the main dining area.
Okay.
And you enter into the restroom. What is Tesla, Johnny, and Evan doing at the table as Lily bolts away from the table?
How much do we know from the microphones?
Yeah, that's what.
Very little.
Very little.
I was already walking away.
Only that Terry was talking, and then she made a gasp.
I didn't run away from the table.
Oh,
I was already walking towards the bathroom.
Yeah, she was gonna go. She was gonna go shoot up at Terry.
You would notice that Lily has kind of picked up her pace after that definitely. Gasp from Terry in the microphone. That's what you would hear, or no?
I'm gonna be over the microphone, and like, Terry, what's going on? Talk to us.
Yeah, I'd be watching Tesla as he says this. I'd hear it and make eye contact with him across the table, like trying to assess: do we need to bolt or not?
As soon as the bathroom door closes, I would call out for Terry and start looking under stalls, because obviously I wouldn't see her.
Okay.
I just took 6 hit points of damage. It's almost half of my total.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a couple minutes to be able to recoup enough to explain to you what happened.
Yeah, I mean, there's only like a couple stalls here, so you're trying to get in, but it's obviously locked. And Terry's not responding to you. But you can tell she's moving.
I'll use
a foot
skill
to
unlock it.
Oh, that would hurt, dude. Just like kick.
No, I'm not going to kick the stall into Terry.
Funny.
And there goes the other 5 points.
No, sorry.
Takes a woman to have that kind of consideration. Thank you.
Sorry.
What would it be to just like? I know they have things to unlock the like stall doors.
Intrusion, right?
Yeah, you probably don't have that with you.
With my preparedness cherry, I motherfucking do.
You really want to spend that?
I get to each session. We're about to end in like
each
fucking
session. You got 14 minutes. So you might need something else.
Yeah.
I mean, that's up to you. I'm not going to prevent you from using that.
Why would you tempt him? Why would you do that, Tyler?
I would use it.
Nice.
I was going to say, because of the lack of response.
You could say infiltration. You could use infiltration.
I'm going to fast walk over there to back up.
I'll spend 2 points of infiltrate, and I got another 4, so 6.
So Tesla gets up from the table and starts to walk away. You unlock the door. What's Evan and Johnny doing?
We'll be Reservoir Dog walking together.
Yeah. Is the door to the ladies' room within eye shot?
Right.
Of
No.
Ridiculous.
It is not. It is outside the room.
She's alive. She's fine.
So
Take 5.
Evan and Johnny, in locked step, like Reservoir Dogs, move towards following Tesla, who's moving more quickly. I'll also surveil the area coming from that scene to see if I see anyone moving in any way that seems to be unusual in any way, like they're gonna get away.
Got it.
It was the lady in the thoth mask.
You don't see anybody that's moving with some sort of speed or anything.
It was the woman with the thoth mask.
Oh, do I see anybody in a thoth mask?
You do see her walking away from you.
Evan.
What?
Thoth mask at 4:00.
And
attacked Dr. Mitchell in the bathroom.
All right, I'm gonna fucking.
You guys don't even know what happened to me yet.
Well, I thought. I'm sorry. I forgive me. I didn't mean to oversee. I thought Lily told us that something happened.
No,
I don't know what happened. I just know that woman was leaving the bathroom.
Okay. So
I said she's okay. She's alive.
So the woman in the thoth mask was exiting the bathroom.
Yeah. Yeah. Play it cool. All of you don't need to come.
Evan, go ahead. Evan.
I'll be no. I'll provide a tail. I'll zip over.
All right, so you're following her.
Yeah. I'll follow the thoth mask lady.
Okay.
I'll just pick my spot and scan the room to see if anyone's moving at any way in a intercept course for the thoth mask, or if she's moving toward any other group to see while Evan moves forward.
Got it. Okay. So yeah, Lily, you open the door. Dr. Mitchell is trying to pull herself up.
I'm gonna do a medicine check because I have some of that. Not a lot, but I ain't no doctor. But
you've seen this before. It looks the same as when Tesla drained her.
I would share that with the crowd. Yeah.
And it took me some time to recuperate from that enough to respond to. So.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep.
No, we wouldn't know. We wouldn't know the conversation he had with her. We only know his side, so I wouldn't ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stay out on the near the outside of the bathroom and wait for Lily to bring her out.
So yeah, you're watching the outside of the bathroom. You could see Johnny and Evan kind of tail off from the bathroom thing. They're going like a different direction. Johnny, you said you were following too?
At a distance, yeah. I think it's really Evan who's closely following.
Oh wait, is Johnny following Psychic Girl?
It's hard for you to tell. It looks like he's following Evan.
Oh, I'm gonna be like, hey, break off from her. Don't follow her.
You're out of your fucking mind, Tesla.
It's like you're gonna get killed.
Am I? She's one of yours.
That's right, which means that she can take you down before you even realize.
Does it?
What's really happening?
Well, she's not going to get away with this.
Well, why don't you all relax while we make sure Dr. Mitchell's okay for acting?
I'm just gonna be like she could have killed her if she wanted to. Trust me. I'll just leave it at that.
I look for the flamingo lady or the NBC logo lady. Is she around?
You see her actually. She looks like she was coming back from. She was outside the dinner hall.
I zip over there like super speed.
Okay, so you're still watching the other one, but going over this one.
I'll keep
okay. Yes, she's walking with the other lady with the peacock. Or there's one with the peacock, and then what did I say the other one had? I don't even remember.
Well, no, it was like a coatl thing.
Yeah, coatl. She's walking with that woman, and she says, "Why, hello."
Oh, madame, might I speak with you for a moment? It's a matter of import.
Why, certainly. As a matter of fact, I think we have time for that dance.
Oh, don't we? So I take her out, managing as much grace as I can, but I very quickly, a colleague of mine has been attacked by one of the, I don't know what you call them, one of the energy-sucking fucking vampire. Look, she may die. Is there anything we could do for her? I'm not able. I've tried once. But would you? For me? I will owe you a favor.
Give me... Let's see here.
All right, Dr. Mitchell, shoot me.
Flirt roll.
Flirt.
Yeah, let's give it a flirt roll. Let's see. She's
Flirt.
kind of interested. She's kind of interested in possibly having you
Bring out the.
owe her something.
Okay. Well, that sucks. All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what's going on.
Oh, she really likes that idea, actually.
Where is that? Where is that?
Shoot me up, Dr. Mitchell.
Is there a flirt roll? There's
Nope.
got to be flirt somewhere. Yeah, flirting. That's a interpersonal. That is a second.
Yeah.
So in the black
Flirting and
book.io.
So flirting is an automatic, and then you can spend. So I'm going to say this is going to be a 2-point spend because normally it'd be a 3 to get her to do something like that. But we're going to say a 2.
All right. So I'm sad because in the black book.io, I only have flattery. I don't have flirting in here at all. I mean, I don't have that in.
Oh, it's like not even there.
Right.
Oh,
He doesn't have any points.
And Evan's a smoothie. So
you could roll, right? You can make a.
You could make a roll. I will give you a roll. We'll take that over to. God, I don't even know what that. We'll say shrink. We use shrink, so you're trying to use some psychology, some James Bond debonair flirting psychology type shit.
Oh, dead on 5.
Dead on 5.
I have no. I'm not spending because I don't. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Straight 5.
believe it or not, that's exactly what you needed. So she says, "Well, darling, I do believe there might be something I can do if you just give me one moment." And she kind of turns and talks to the other one. And let's see, she's.
I think as she turns, she's pirouetting away from the dance.
Yeah.
I kiss her. I kiss her fingers and let her.
She's speaking in some offshoot kind of Romanian dialect. You're not really certain of exactly what it is. It kind of sounds similar to Romanian, but
yeah, I don't understand a word of it.
Yeah, so she says something, and she says, "Of course," and she starts to walk away. The Coatl lady starts to walk away, going back into the dinner. And you two start walking towards the bathroom.
Yes. Yes, we do.
Yeah. And as you are walking towards the bathroom, Tesla, you're kind of standing outside.
To be clear?
Yeah, I'm kind of standing guard. I'm trying to look nonchalant, but I'm obviously stressed.
Okay. You see the like Egyptian like Sobek guy, the really muscled guy. And he looks like he's walking towards the men's room. And like 1 minute you just see him, and then almost like right after that, there's like this vibrant picture like hanging on the wall that has all kinds of colors. It's very abstract art or whatever. And as this guy walks in front of it, you see a hand kind of reach out of the painting.
Oh, fucking hell. Come on.
And grabs the back of this guy's head. His mask kind of falls off, and it pulls him into the painting. His head goes into the painting, almost like it's going through some sort of like portal.
Oops.
What?
And then the painting is no longer a portal, and all you see is his head is like singed off, and his body like slumps over in the hallway.
When art imbibes life.
I just like
How's that?
Just like
stand there with my mouth
How's
open.
that for painting with a twist? Dead.
Yeah, Dr. Mitchell, shoot me up with this shit. We're getting real funky.
all right. So Dr. Mitchell, you inject Lily.
If I am capable, absolutely.
You are capable. It takes a few moments for you to. So we're gonna say that's gonna probably be your last action for today. So you're injecting Lily in the bathroom. You've got like your tourniquet kind of wrapped around her arm as you're, she's shooting up in the bathroom, and
at all costs, right, Doctor?
So you're shooting that into Lily, and Johnny, you're kind of tailing Evan, and you can see this woman as they're kind of walking back towards the bathroom, maybe down a different hallway or entrance, because there's multiple entrances to this dinner hall or so forth. And one moment you're looking at the two of them walking, and then you see like a man standing in this jet black tuxedo, almost so dark that you didn't even notice he was in the room. And he reaches out and he taps Evan on the shoulder.
I tried to tell Evan,
well, you don't have time. You're just witnessing
okay.
this. This isn't an interaction. This is just what you see. And he taps Evan on the shoulder. Evan, you feel a tap on your shoulder.
So obviously, so we're moving quickly, I would assume, side by side.
You're moving quickly.
I would glance. Obviously, I wouldn't stop moving.
You glance behind you, and he says, "May I cut in?"
He who?
And all you see is this, like, black eyes, this jet black goatee, wearing a black suit with a totally black shirt, black bow tie, and he just looks at you. His eyes just kind of almost, they're black, but you kind of see like a hint of red in them. And you step back without even realizing it as he takes the woman's hand as she turns to him.
No.
And he says, "I believe this belongs to me." And he like rears up and bites directly into her neck, blood flowing all over
immediately.
her. You feel like you can't move. You're just like,
contact! The big D is out.
And
the big D is out.
Stream, and that's where we're gonna end the stream.
I'm just, my goal is to turn Tara's character into a vampire, and I am failing.
That's right. If this were Clue, it would be Dr. Mitchell in the bathroom with a syringe.
Nice.
All right, guys.
Well done.
Thanks a lot for joining in. Any of you out there on the Twitch, and if you catch us on YouTube, join us hopefully in 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. Next week's Pendragon.
And
couple weeks here on a Sunday. We're going to be doing some Vile Dawn, and then hopefully very, very, very soon we're going to get back to this Deadlands thing. I've figured out all that I need to know, which is what Buck Futley looks like. So
hell yeah,
Buck Futley, really?
It's they're brothers. It's Chuck and Buck Futley.
I bet he looks futleyed up.
Sorry.
Hey guys,
I'm 12.
only 6 weeks till Origins.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, Tyler and I'll be down Friday, Saturday.
Saturday we're going.
Same. I'll be up Thursday night.
We will not be.
We'll be up Friday morning and probably leave Saturday.
Ta-da. Ta-da. Saturday late.
Doing the abridged version.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing the
Not
we got
by
real
single
jobs. We got real jobs thing. One.
Yeah, I get it.
Brent, are you coming to Origins?
Yeah, I'm actually going to do the whole shebang. I haven't been there for years, so
I'm so sad
I said
right now.
I'm just gonna.
What date? What date is it?
Wednesday. I'm gonna do it all.
The dates for Origins are the 20. What should we call it?
21st or 25th or something like that.
Of May?
No, June.
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 Oh.
No way.
Come on,
Why not?
do it.
Did
All
You
right.
come in for like one day? Really?
Maybe.
Couple
Well, it'd be a
days,
couple
come on.
days. It'd be a couple days.
Come on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let me see if let me talk to management and see how they feel about this situation. Ladies and gentlemen,
Like,
thanks
it'll
for
be-
tuning in. I'm gonna hang up on you
Yeah.
guys. We're gonna keep talking about
Yeah.
Origins.